Erklärung brauche ich wohl nicht, warum das Stream gerade offline einfach so gegangen ist. Versuchen wir es mal, was in Madden so abgeht. Soll ich die, beste mal lasse ich die Facecam auf. Gut, Deep Shot sehe ich an aller rechts an. Scheiße. Probiere es immer mal jetzt. Facecam hier, oder? Wenn ein langer Ball in einer Frei steht, sehe ich dann an. So, beide passen zu grün, finde ich. Und das ist eng. Ja gut, Philly hat auch noch coole grüne Trikots. Und das ist eigentlich auch noch ein ganz cooles Team. Aber man spiele mit der Jets, ja. Jets, next season. Also jetzt die Season, wobei beginnt 3 Monate, glaube ich. 3 Monate. Ohne Aaron Rodgers wieder. Aber mit Justin Fields. Das ist cool. Justin Fields war ja bei der Steelers. Ja. War auch nur 2, also 2 ja auch grandiose Idee. Zuerst hat er die Season gestartet und dann haben sie ihn einfach gebencht, Digga. Und dann ging es eigentlich nur abwärts. Würde ich jetzt einfach mal so behaupten. Russell Wilson hat zwar auch gut noch einigermaßen gespielt, aber ich finde, das war unnötig. Weil wir gerade schon von Philly geschwätzt haben. Man braucht nicht mit zu spielen, wenn man sie immer als Gegner trifft. Das ist die Realität. Also Madden ist noch 100 Mal ausgeglichener als College Football. Also in College Football heißt es wirklich nicht aus, da spielt wirklich jede zweite Runde mindestens gegen Alabama. Das ist ganz schlimm. Das ist ganz schlimm. So, ab geht's. Mit der Jets. Schon lange kein Madden mehr gezockt. Also, zockt schon. Also, nicht so lange her, aber das streamt schon länger. So geht's ab. So, die Leute kenne ich. Zack. Und da ist der erste Play-Pick von meinen Jets. Genau so. Und nicht anders da. Pick, Motherfuckers. Das war ein ähnlicher Meshspot. Oder der Scheiße. Ich will mich verarschen jetzt, Hurensohn. Kommt doch mit Philly rein, werft der Hurensohn, Digga. Sowas hasse ich schon. Weißt du, er heult das stärkste Team. Ne? Super Bowl Champion. Philly spielt Endplay, werft den Pick. Ein dummer Pick. Absolut dämlich. Und er kurgelt direkt. Ne? Dummer Idiot, ey. Dummer Mongo. Du dummer Mongo. So, neue Planänderung. Digga, warum? Mach doch hier. Ich merke, es fehlt gerade wieder. Gar nichts fehlt gerade am Arsch. Warum ist denn die Kamera jetzt so verkackt, scheiße? Digga, was ist denn los, ey? So, Planänderung. Ein Madden-Rübergang. UFC geht mal jetzt auf den Sack zum Film. Ab geht's.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown
Die
Manhattan in
Dolphins.
MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford.
Ja, eigentlich aber auch ganz coole Skins. Geile Visitenkarte. Ist nämlich auch ein Baller anscheinend. Dolphins sind ja auch ein cooles Team. Vor allem die Trikots finde ich von der Dolphins noch geiler. Aber die Türkis, ne, nicht die, ja gut, das weiße Trikot ist auch okay, aber das Türkis, ne. Full Türkis ist immer heftig, Digga, als ob. Und der Leaks, der wollte ja eigentlich sich auch verpissen. Und ja eigentlich auch keinen Bock mehr, nur der Season jetzt. Aber anscheinend bleibt er doch. In Miami. Ist ja noch kein Problem, wenn er nach New Orleans kommen wird. Hätte ich gar kein Problem damit. Ja, Derek Carr, der Wichser, hat seine Karriere beendet. Danke dafür, dass er das hätte nicht vorher machen können. Vorm fucking Draft.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
3 Seasons gespielt, hat Geld gesagt, für nix. Nichts geleistet. Wir haben uns in die Playoffs geschafft, Digga. Das ist echt schon. Aber die Jets, muss man auch sagen, das war gerade mit den Spielen, die haben auch echt Ringe gehabt, also komplett enttäuscht. Und Aaron Rodgers, komplett enttäuscht. Da war der Adams noch dazu geholt. Und trotzdem nichts geschafft hat. Muss man was trinken. Natürlich muss der, genau jetzt wo ich was saufen will, muss der Nuttensohn natürlich noch haben, Digga. Scheint mir immer noch nicht so viel getrunken, Digga. Das wird so gut. Komm. Bam, Fumble! Jetsball! Der Fettsack umgemäht! Und da ist das Ding wieder bei der Jets. Das ist Michi. Super. Und eigentlich ernst gekriegt, dass er rüber switcht und nicht die Play aussucht. Okay, das wird Blitz.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers.
Gibt's nix. So. Okay, wollte ich auch eigentlich gar nicht spielen. So.
He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
And
that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Over. Check 30.
They'll run for the first time with Grace Hall. And to the 49-yard
oh,
line,
man.
no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Just I praise teams for being true to who they are. In this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a first down.
So, 4:8. Das wäre doch gelacht, wenn ich es nicht schaffen würde. Oh mein Gott, Digga.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Now H.A. on 1st and 10. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2nd and 9. Now Tua signaling to change things up. Play action, Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Jawohl. Deflected. Beziehungsweise nicht für sie. Deflected war er immer.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
Digga, mein dicken Clemson, wenn wir es nicht verpacken. Komm, Double Coverage, Pick! Das gibt's nicht, Digga. Source Gardner, Digga, kriegst du mit dem den Ball zu kriegen.
Snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area and it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Tua.
Ja, gesackt da. Umgeklatscht, die Drecksau. Williams. 4th and 18, motherfucker. Der Tua Tagovailoa umgeklatscht, Drecksau. So, jetzt 4. und 18. Es geht nur um Protection. Hey, du dummer Idiot, ey. Du dummer Mongo. Reed Junior mit Pick. Stark, sehr offensiver Fumble ohne Pick. Let's go off.
He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before
You got
and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Von Brees Hall.
This pass out.
First down, da ist es.
Get it up to the 33-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
50. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Jump out.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of
Alles Training Glück war.
there on the
Gut
first
war
down
er jetzt.
run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 7.
Zoom.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Ich verstehe das.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home.
Leg mich doch am Arsch, ey, mein
Now
Gott.
it's 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers.
Screen Pass, Digga, und das jetzt nicht, ey. Das ist doch echt nicht normal, Alter. Der wäre komplett durch gewesen.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets.
Leg mich am Buckel, ey.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath.
Schnapp mir da. Mein Gott, ey.
No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
On play action, here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That two is going to change things up. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Tua. Tyreek Hill's got another one. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Tua. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Schnell umgewichst, ey. Gar nichts, Tyreek Hill. Am Arsch, ey. Sackgesicht.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa.
Oh, nee.
Wants it all for the end zone.
Ja, incomplete pass. Wichtig.
They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Feeling like they're not.
Oh mein Gott. Digga, das war dasselbe Play, ey. Dummes Arschloch, ey.
40 yards. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Into the run.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, leg, wo der hinwerft, ey.
Throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? One for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end.
Check 30.
They'll give to Hall. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Here is 3rd down and 4.
26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
First down.
Taken in by his big tight end. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Hey, 88. Yeah, Liz. Inside.
To throw is Rodgers. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going to try and throw.
Oh, leck, ey, das gibt's doch nicht. Oh, leck mich am Arsch, ey.
And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Das ist nicht normal, ey.
Looking to pass. Tua. Rolling to his left. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Tua, a final shot before half. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. That is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. It's certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And Rodgers.
Ey, das ist nicht normal, ey. Wirklich nicht.
Jalen Phillips able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
Get 300. Get back north.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Inside. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
First down, Jets.
Out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
First down, pretty solid.
Able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
It's a big place in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now Rodgers.
Oh, der choked the Ball.
The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Die Oma
Out to Adams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your
Ja,
receivers
der
and move
Spielzug
them
einfach noch
around,
anders
especially
rum.
your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it easier to defend.
And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Going right back to Wilson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
Oh, fuck, ey, wir sind der Scheiß jetzt.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Now Rodgers.
Oh, bitte nicht, ey, hör mir auf, ey, das ist doch nicht.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Ich war kurz gemutet. So knapp an dem verfickte Safety, Digga. So knapp hätte ich mir fast gefickt. Der Safety wäre so geil gerade gewesen. Da hätte ich den Ball noch gekriegt, plus 2 Punkte.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion.
Scheiß Player nicht gespielt, aber.
But it'll still lead to a 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Tua on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now Tua going to change the play. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Short throw to Smith. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From midfield, here's 2.
Gesackt!
Blitz coming in.
3rd and 15.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Tua sets up to pass it.
Incomplete pass.
It's going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Das ist derselbe Scheiß, den er ewig gespielt hat. Boah, leck, wie ich sowas hasse, ey!
Takes it inside the 40.
They accepted the risk.
Scheiß Fotze!
What a catch on 4th down to create a first down situation. But one more time, what a catch.
What a catch. It was close, perilously close to a turnover on downs, but picked up the first.
How about getting his feet down, though? That's footwork.
And he gets
Oh, leck mich am Arsch, ey.
It'll be second down. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's Tua.
Jetzt bist du, dass er den Scheiß Nummer spielt. Der hat nicht geguckt. 0% hat der auf the Play geguckt, Digga. Der hat sich einfach drauf verlassen, Digga. Einfach gespielt, Digga. Eine komplett unmögliche Couch hat er geworfen, Digga. Hey!
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Now Tagovailoa. And he's going to get this down.
Das ist nicht normal. Leg mich am Sack, ey, das ist nicht normal, dass du wirklich...
What a chance they just took. A huge chance. They go for it on 4th down, wind up getting the first.
Go ahead and admit it. You thought it was a bad call, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I think any normal person did. How about him picking it up? Give him credit.
He'll dump this off to Achane. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw caught by Achane. And he is going to have a Miami first down. And the
war's.
Dolphins are going to win the football game. Not liking the look.
Zu spät gemerkt, dass ich nur Blitze soll. Blitze soll. Das ist die... Ja. Das ist das, was er langfristig hat. So ändert er wieder nichts, konnte kein bisschen. Aber er hat wieder 2 Spielzüge drauf gehabt, die er abwechselnd gespielt hat. Und das hat wieder gereicht. Ja, Franziger. Oh, leck mich am Arsch, ey, wirklich. Kriegischer Hurensohn.
I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Glad you're with us. It's Blake Groupie to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, 50 yards.
Geht auch wieder los, das Spiel.
Lions go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. And his kick is no good.
Den trifft er aber nicht.
Suspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, it's Carr. And he checks this one down.
Sieht war frei.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37.
Oh, leck mich am Arsch, ey, wirklich. So, heute war der letzte Stream Dienstag, ich schwör's dir.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And that's good for a gain of 6. And just like that, it's 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on
Fucking V-Stück dabei, ja, wie gesagt.
I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down.
Jetzt da, 6 Kilo.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
What now? Express. Hey, later, 2.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara.
Zack, da ist er durch! AK-41! Alvin Kamara! First down! Touchdown! Saints! AK-41! Alvin Kamara!
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it.
Nicht normal, Digga. Das ist nicht normal, ey. Wirklich, das ist doch lächerlich, ey. So ein kleines Stück daneben. Wie kann der Uhrzone treffen?
So back even at 6 apiece as the kicks away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's got a good gain at 7 up to the 37.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
So, ich habe genau gewusst, dass es kennt. Ich habe gedacht, es wäre Play-Action, aber dass er direkt der Pass spielt, waren wir so im Schirm.
So easy again.
On 4th down, Goff.
Turnover on downs.
They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Carr.
Oh, fuck, ey. Ganz cool, ganz kleine Spielschwelle, eine Arschloch noch gesehen.
All tied up, 6-6. Our score after 1.
Mr. Blue Cheese, Digga.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes back.
Oh, das wäre der Blitz. Ganz schnell jetzt dabei weg.
And you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works out.
42.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. The screen
Nine.
but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They run, it's Kamara.
Das ist nicht normal, ey, wirklich. Das ist nicht normal, das stehe eher.
Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well.
Oh, bravo. Der Honey Badger. Tyrann Mathieu.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
All the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Carr, he wants to change up the look here. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Carr.
Da ist er. Trissolave. First and goal.
Gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get...
Touchdown. Derek Carr. The sneak.
Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Saints have taken the lead.
And this is something right out of Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them,
King is good.
it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. There was still more than a minute to go.
Go defense.
Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
Come on, pick McKinstry. Go for it. Pick 6. Saints.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. That's not how they expected this series to go. They were one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us
Kick is good.
want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come
Wenn
out
es
to
3 auf
the
der
30.
Cloud 4 oder 2.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a
Noch
chance to come
gewesen.
back in this game or not.
Bisschen längerer Pass.
Excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3. Goff now to throw.
Safe! Sorry, Matthew. Fast gesägt, Digga.
Back to throw, Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. In motion goes Patrick. Goff now looks to throw.
Look at that gesägt unter Taylor. Was? Hat er nur umgelegt, dieser.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. To throw is gone. He's airing it out for Williams.
Incomplete. Gar nichts gibt's. Nix. Ein Stück Scheiße. Tyrann Mathieu. Komm, ja, Chase Young, gar nichts gibt's, Play Action. Gesägt gibt er. 4-25.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks.
Timeout.
This group is not
Ganz ruhig hier.
The Saints going to call the first of their
Spiel ist in meiner Hand.
as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Flushed out right.
Gar nichts gibt's. Noch aussägt. Turnover und Downs. Cole Anderson klatscht rum. 6 Sekunden auf der Uhr. Bebo ist wahrscheinlich zu weit weg hier. Ja, dann. Kann man in Deep Shot. Obwohl. Vielleicht habe ich mit dem. Ist die Yards rauszuholen.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
Ja, klar, Spiel. Genau, Digga. Recht Spiel, Digga. So Bullshit.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They fake the handoff. Now Carr.
Am Arsch, ey. Inseloni, du Wichser.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here now a third down and 8. Here's Carr to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
What now? It's Grad. 29. Hey, 734.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And he takes this one in
Oh,
for
man.
a touchdown. David Montgomery, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on fourth down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Still enjoying the lead in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go
first down, Jamal Williams.
And throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
You're mine. 29. 29.
Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now,
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara.
Was ist los aber im Spiel? Willst du mich wieder verarschen oder was?
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
As Shaheed going to go in motion. From the gun, it's Carr.
Oh. First down. Der droppt den Ball. Das ist nicht normal. Digga, der droppt den Ball. 6 Spiel, Digga.
Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And look at this, it's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted.
So wie das Spiel mir auf den Sack geht, ist mir alles scheißegal so langsam, Digga. Das ist nicht normal, Digga. Dieser Play spiele ich jedes Mal. Nie droppt der den Ball, wenn der Ball zu ihm kommt. Nie. Nicht einmal hat er den verficktes Spiel gedroppt, außer jetzt, Digga. So ein Fotzenspiel.
Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes.
After the interception, here's Goff. And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll fake the give. Now gone.
Selbe Play, wo er eben gespielt hat. Also der erste Touchdown, der war verdammt.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the
Halbzeit ist wieder grandios, wirklich. Grandios ist die Halbzeit, wirklich.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Goff going to move his guys around a bit. Now a play fake here on first down.
Spasti. Mario Davis. 56. Digga, ich muss so pisse, ey.
This has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Throwing on second and long. Goff.
Boom. Burn 18.
Just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to be out down inside.
Digga, ich muss pisse.
15. The defense shaking their... aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on.
Digga, das Klo ist direkt neben meinem Zimmer, Digga. Ich höre, wie das Spiel nochmal angeht, wie die Kommentatoren am Paddeln sind, Digga. Während ich gerade am Pisse bin.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now it's gone. Flush to his right.
Gesackt. Gesackt. Der war's. Granderson. Call Granderson. 2. und 10. Spasti. Wichtiges Play jetzt.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Und äußerte. Digga, das ist doch nicht normal, ey. Das ist doch nicht normal, ey. Ich habe den Wichser so gecovert, sein scheiß Texas Route. Und nix. Pick, nee.
They need to make the play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Komplett gewusst, dass das der Wichsplay wird. Jetzt aber. Ruhig, ey. Gar nichts. Fick dich, Jericho, du Spasti. Pick 6.
Tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to
Ja, die Facekünste da.
when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Carr will look to throw.
Direkt an der Goal-Line ist der Play scheiße, bisschen weiter links oder so. Ich hätte gar nicht passieren sollen, ich hätte kicken sollen, ich hätte auf mich her sollen und nicht auf das Scheißspiel. Two-position game.
Here's 1st and 10. In search of redemption from the pick 6. Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a side of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Here's Goff.
Gesackt. Shepard. Hat er umgescheppert.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. second down. From the 50, it's gone.
Oh, crazy.
Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away.
So.
Fortunate just to
Ja,
get
es
rid
geht
of it.
schnell.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now it's gone.
Jawohl. Gar nichts zu sagen.
They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this
2 Timeouts hat er.
pretty much be your ball game right
Im
here.
First Down beendet das Spiel.
And the Saints hands
That's
team
easy.
able to rein this one in.
So,
And
im
he
First
takes a
Down.
shot at the end of that play.
Dann ist die
And now
Sache
looking
durch.
at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Dadurch, dass wir führen, hatten die Uhr runterrennen. Ganz runterrennen.
They can throw a screen at them. Maybe they'll slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Vorteil immer 40. Nachteil immer hinten.
Second down and 8.
Free play. Free running play.
Kamara up the
Oder auch
middle.
nicht.
And he's going to have to protect the football
Big
and
shot,
take
so.
his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers.
Jetzt aber, und das war's. First Down.
Oh, and now some space down.
Alvin Kamara beendete sie das Spiel.
Inside the 20. No doubt those are the types of carries they're
Ach,
looking for.
keiner noch du Spasti.
This is when
Was
coaches
jetzt nicht.
have a reliable running game, they breathe
Jetzt
a
ab.
little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love
Feierabend.
the idea that they can take the
Arschloch.
air out of the football at this point of the game. That
Braucht
means
das
they're
Field Goal
really
nicht zum
counting on
Schießen.
that offensive
Unnötig.
line, counting on the runners,
Unnötig.
taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback,
Einfach die Uhr runterrennen
we're
lassen.
not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do
Match
it.
winner.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, That could be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Ja, 52
The
Yards
Saints
schnell
are winners
geworfen.
here as we say so long from New Orleans.
So, das war's aber jetzt mit dem Stream. Noch rumgeschrien. Ich verspreche nichts, vielleicht komme ich später noch immer online, live, USC nennen, was auch immer. So, 11, 12 Uhr, wenn überhaupt, ja. Und wenn nicht, sieht man sich dann morgen wieder. Ab 20 Uhr morgen, Curry, Smackdown, Woche 320, dabei sind. Jo, das war's dann im Stream. Ciao, ciao.